There are several ways you can raise your credit score. Let me go over a few examples of scenarios and what you would do in each situation. So first of all, sometimes I have clients who have very little credit cards at all. So they might have one credit card, one student loan, that's it. And sometimes with these clients who have very little credit history, their score will not go above a certain number. Sometimes it's hard for them to get above 680 or 700 credit score because they don't have a lot of credit history. So as I give this piece of advice, don't take this the wrong way. Open at least 3 credit cards. You can use them to fill gas at the grocery store, pay them off at the end of the month. So even if you're someone who uses very, very little credit cards and has cash, likes using their cash, it is beneficial to have 3 or more credit cards because it shows the banks you can handle multiple credit cards. You know how to manage debt responsibly. When I say open 3 or more credit cards, it doesn't mean to go out there and rack up a bunch of debt. That is not what I'm saying. But if you're in that situation where you only have one credit card and the limit's $1,000 and you never use it, you're gonna have a low credit score. So that's obviously number one. Get 3 cards if you're someone who doesn't have many credit cards or trade lines or credit lines on their history. Now, let's say you have a lot of credit cards and a lot of debt. Obviously, the magic number is you want to pay down your debt to 30% of the available balance. So if you have a credit card that has a limit of $10,000, if you have a balance of $9,000, almost maxed out, that's going to lower your score. You want to get that balance down to $3,000 or less. Another tip, which I can't stress enough because it happened to me, set up auto pay for the minimum payment. There's been 2 occasions in my past where I didn't get the statement. I didn't have auto pay set up. I missed a payment. Missed credit card payment is going to drop your score 20, 30 points. Really bad idea to not have auto pay set up, at least for the minimum balance, because you never know, stuff gets lost in the mail. If you're one of those old school people who wait till they get their statement in the mail and then make the payment, this could come back to bite you. So set up auto pay and get your balances down to 30% or less. Another thing you can do is if you have a loan advisor like myself, we have an amazing simulator which we can show you exactly what you need to do to reach the next level on your credit. So for example, let's say you got a 660 credit score and we want to get your score to 700 to get a better rate or to qualify at all. So we want to raise your score 40 points. Now you might say, Roger, I got 7 credit cards and they all have balances on them, small balances, big balances. How do I know what to pay to get up to that 700 limit? Because I only have, let's say, $4,000 in cash and I got 10 grand in debt that I need to pay off, right? So I got 10 grand in debt. I only have 4,000. I can't pay everything off. What's the most efficient way to get this 4 grand to raise my score as much as possible? The beautiful thing about this is our simulator is going to tell you, hey, if you want to reach 700, we can actually help you get there with just $2,000 in debt being paid off. You got to pay off this card by 1,000, this card by 300, this card by 700. You do these 3 things, you don't even need to use your full 4,000. You just need to use 2,000 and your score will be 700, and there is a 97% chance that that will happen. So these simulators are wonderful. You can maximize the efficiency of your cash, pay off the most strategic debt to raise your score the most. So most loan officers, loan advisors have this tool. So you definitely want to utilize this, especially if you have limited cash, you don't have enough to pay everything off. If you could do that, great. But if you don't, we have a simulator that will tell you exactly what you need to do. And sometimes you don't even have to pay off any debt. Sometimes you are an authorized signer with a friend, a wife, son, a daughter, and all you need to do is be removed as an authorized user on a card. Just by doing that, you'll raise your score because you might have co-signed on a credit card or been added as an authorized user to your wife's card, right? She's not going to be on the home loan. She has a credit card which has a high balance, more than 30%. We always want that to be lower than 30%. So just by removing your name from that card, that's going to raise your score. So again, we have all of these tools at your disposal. So if you have any questions about that or looking to buy a house, check my contact info below. You can always send me an email or schedule a call. Happy to help out. So have a great day. See you on the next one.